Well, I've got the servo arms on, got them leveled out. I used sub trim to get them straight, horizontal. Probably should have used the white servo arms in retrospect, but that's the way it goes. Again, sub trim to get them level. I'm going to level the swash out. Okay, it might be really hard to see this, but you can, if you look real close, you can see the swash is level there. Swash is level there. It's right up to snuff. I didn't really have to do much to it, so the crash didn't really damage it that bad. So everything is pretty right on. One of the other things you look for is to make sure that these arms are parallel to the ground, or horizontal and even here and here, and that helps you get maximum pitch, both negative and positive. Otherwise, if they're not level, it'll come out kind of funky and unequal. Everyone knows the best place to mount your gyro, or the most ideal place, is probably right here on top of the boom block, right? The problem with that is that it's prone to paddle strikes if you get in a crash, a hard crash. And here's what happens to your 401k gyro when it gets hit by a paddle. Boom! It gets smashed to smithereens. So that's $150 trashed, or $129 actually. I got it on sale. So to give it some added protection, I can't put it underneath because it's too fat. So to give it some added protection, my handy dandy gutter flashing, handy dandy tin snips, and I fashioned a little protective plate to put on the side. It should mount right over these two screws right there. And take some sponge padding, put it on there, sticky sided sponge padding, a couple of layers, and it may not totally protect it, but it'll give it some padding and maybe save me a gyro or two. One thing I find really helpful when putting a tail together is to dry assemble it first, that is, without the Loctite. Then go back after it's assembled and all put together. Just back the screws out a couple of turns. And then go in and put Loctite in the thread. Where's my... You get too much on there, just soak it up with a Q-tip. And then retighten each one individually. That way you don't have Loctite all over your fingers and all over the screws, and you're not trying to hold the little spacers in or the bearing. So it's nice and neat. It takes a little longer, but I guess the frustration is a lot less trying to hold all these things together and hold that together and Loctite and screw. So